Hi everybody, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild again. Today, first off, let's just make it clear. This portal is only open for those practitioners of light and love currently active. So, I'm open to those on different levels. Just vibing within the same wavelength is all that I ask. Being that, all you gotta do is work from your heart chakra, and that's good practice. Best practices is what Spirit says. So, angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages. Oh my gosh, ouch, what is going on? Okay, to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, and that of my viewers and fam. Okay? I invite my besties from the beyond that are also working within love and light, our cosmic families of the like, ascended masters of the like, ancestors of the like, and our spirit guides of the like. All right. So looking at this, it wanted to spit itself out. It's kind of crazy the way it's, too, like, very hurtful cards. And even when you sum it up, like, it's the 10 of Swords, Am I going crazy? Yeah, 7 and 10. 7 and 3. So there's someone here that's quite jealous. I have to go through the backstory of this, but there's someone that's very jealous, okay, that wishes us a lot of harm. This is not just sending the evil eye. This is making it known for sure that it's coming from them. They are that hateful. And they wish to pronounce, the 3 of Swords for us. But, our position in this is, if this finds you within the same frequency of your life events, then a pat on the back for you, because that means that we're elevating to a place where we can confront this and, see it for what it is, part of the human condition, but nothing that we need to really invest further in. We don't need to frame it. It's just something that is quite obvious within our energetic fields. So looking at that, it's like looking at how to beautify something that just has run amok in our lives, is what I'm hearing. And it's becoming more like a bouquet. We still hold this heart, okay? And I know that to remedy the situation, you can't just simply pull the shears out. Yeah. So what Spirit is doing is it's like a heart transplant, okay? So there's a renewal within this, because when you see the 10 of Swords, it's automatically like things have escalated to the point where they, it's gotten to a level that's just a new low, and to take so many hits. And there's an come on. So someone sees that we're going through that, and when we see opposition on the outskirts that is so defiant and so foul, that doesn't mean that we need to hide ourselves. That doesn't mean that we can't share our story. That doesn't mean that we should muffle any part of ourselves. They seek their own karma. There's entanglement within the snake. Like, this one is so busy carrying through, this concept of jealousy, like all eggs in one basket. Like, do you know how long it takes to form a crystal? An emerald, that's like a long-term hard investment that this crow has invested in. So being so, there's no way that it can defend itself amongst the snake. And the snake also, do you see the eye? Yeah. So there's a sense of entanglement here. And the obvious winner. that off in the very, very, very far distance, you see that there's a sun, right? So there's going to be an awakening. There's a lot of gray clouds before that, but they're due for their own journey, and they're going to do what they're going to do. But what Spirit is saying is that for us, we get to experience what it's like during the transition, and how beautiful that is, because it's like, when you see like the perfect people who like they've been in relationships and they pride themselves and never getting into fights, and it's like, is that really a solid marriage? Is that like a flex to say that you agree on everything and you haven't hit like a snag? Or is that outright an outright lie? So I remember in our circle of friends that's how people used to flex, and I never took it like that, like, oh well, must be nice. But then you see over the course of like the past 10-20 years that there were a lot of problems. And so whether you lie about it or you straight up, dismiss your partner's input, or don't feel like it's a safe environment to share concerns, that like, so it's really, so it's beautiful to see how things turn out. Just because, like, looking back, I remember how when friends used to flex, that it was meaning for like a one up. And like, I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but so it's very interesting how things turn out. And so it's really like taking accountability for what happens in the realm of love. And this is, I don't know if you could say that this is romanticizing the moment, but it's definitely making the most out of what's happening. Like, all you can do is just constantly bloom, consistently put that energy out there. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. 3, 6, 7. I see 7 roses here that are already blossomed, and then 2 shooting out. So 7, it takes time to get past that hump of destruction. And 8, 9, 2 more coming in. Like, you've already put in that work as far as the time invested and the learning experience, not rushing it, being in pace and flow with it. So we have 2 upcoming, and that is considered the 9 of Pentacles hidden here. Okay, so today, let's go ahead and backtrack for just a second. I did get my jet. I do need a post. I did a reading earlier today, and I didn't. When I was writing it up, I started to get really like tired, and my head was starting to hurt a little, like a fog, and I just decided I'm just gonna cave into it. That's fine. I'm good with getting some sleep. Let's just take a little nappy nap. Took a little nappy nap, and then it kind of erased and went, it went in limbo, and I had this like foggy headache thing again, and everybody is going to get their karma. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but, if it doesn't click for people, it's going to click. It's going to click, Spirit says. So I don't need to worry about those things. Give me a second, though. I need to smudge a little bit. I smudged with an orange peel. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I love it. So, there are other alternatives. I kind of just like sage. It's just lovely. It's lovely. And it gets, rid of the mosquitoes. I'm still finding, little tiny specks of mosquitoes. It always comes around like these celestial movements, these big events. So the new moon in Sagittarius, Spirit, officially. What do you want to say about that in tie with this? So, okay, I got the jet, because that was like the third time that I've been called, as far as I can recall, to work with jet. So I'm like, I can't wait around another day. So I decided to get it. I got it. And then I met, I found a new shop. And I'm very excited about it. I hope I'm not speaking too soon and jumping the gun. But I hope that this is, well, things happen in our life for a reason. So I'm just gonna, flow with it. I hope everything's, all good with that. The energy's there. I'm just looking to find, a connection point to people like my crew. Those that I can learn from. I told you, I'm so sick and tired of paper plane communication. Like, flying through the ethers. Like, come on. And just because there's, like, a sense of romance and excitement and, like, kind of mystery in it, I'm not gonna... Spirit says, I don't need to compromise myself and think that, like, I'm only worthy of energetic flows of communication, like non-verbal. Like, just because I'm gifted doesn't mean that people should, like, be taking advantage of that. So anyway, and there's a part of me where okay, so at this store I found this deck. I didn't buy it because it was like $50, and I didn't think it was right, considering that Spirit is saying, like, I don't need to have specific decks. Like, I can create my own. I can, I don't need to indulge in, that's a huge front, especially considering that part of that cost is, like, the overhead. And when I could easily get that for, like, half the cost, or, like, I'm not making any money right now. There's no pentacles. Like, I'm not, what do you call it? The latest jobs that I've been in have been disturbed before the point of being able to collect unemployment. So, like, I just have credit. That's it. That's what I have. And, that's probably too much information to divulge, but, like, I'm, like, trying to bookmark. This is my diary as far as figuring out placements in my life. And, I think this is just a new phase, a new challenge, and the whole trust factor with the divine. So, I'm trying not to give it too much weight on what most people would consider, like, I don't know, not work within others' constructs. And so anyway, that deck, I got a feel for it. I didn't feel any, like, tingly sensations or whatever. But I looked, the bottom of the deck was about social media, and there's, like, fake accounts. And so that last reading, it did say that, like, I need to, start ousting a few, but I don't know which ones they are. Like, because if I'm going to kick out people, I am going to block them. That's just, it's said and done. When I'm done, I'm done with the bullshit. People faking that they're on my side. And I think I just need to start doing that. I remember rationalizing it beforehand. And I do have other forums where they can connect. But, like, my Instagram, I'm at a very crucial point, and maybe you are too, where there are sensitivities to people who are, just willing to siphon your energy in, all directions. And being that this is kind of like my main venue, at least to go live, you start like flicking shit off, the fuck ups, that are so willing to F up. And I think that's what I gotta do. So I came up with a resolution for that. So that was the bottom of the deck. I cut the deck, and it's legal paperwork filed. Do you understand? I have that's like current right now. Then I open it up again, and it said something about, it had a crow on it, and about jealousies, that there's someone massively invested in being jealous. And this is it again. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, initially. And then I opened it again, and it was something about focus and whatever. And then when I asked how much it was like $55. I can't do that right now. I already committed on a couple of other things, and yeah. Yeah. So, if it's meant to be for me, then it's meant to be for me, like later on when I do have the money. But for right now, like, I just had to get some essentials. And anyway, I just hope that crew is like good and chill, that they're ethical, number one, okay, and I need to be able to put myself out there to try to find my to open myself to learning experiences and other talented, ethical individuals. So, we shall see. We shall see. There was something towards the end, though, of the transaction in continuously conversating. Something very suspicious about it. Like, she kept me there longer than I should have. And she started talking about other people who, other readers and this and that. And so I kind of cut her off a little bit just because, I wanted her to know the intent of my question about the vibe of certain events. I said, oh, yeah, I'm a reader too. She's the one that helped me with the cards, but I just put it out there. Yeah, I'm a reader too. I just want to see what kind of talent and other energies are out there. And so it was, that's when it kind of got snagged up a bit. And I realized, like, in hindsight that, the other people at the store were reading my energies. Yeah, they were. Queen of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Swords. This, again, came up from earlier today. It hit the Three of Swords. Yeah, Spirit wants me to kind of retract my energy. Kind of keep it, like, solid in place. Purposeful. Like, trapped, like, chastity belt, but like full on. Yeah, Spirit's saying that because I'm coming into grips with my, sorry, I have 20% battery, but, I'm coming into grips with my, my power. So I can't, oh, that's what they're saying. So they're saying don't put myself out there too much. It's great that I found a certain like channel and venue that's an option for me, but I don't have to go that route. In fact, not to pursue it at this time because there is a mixture of energy out there, and I can't romanticize something before, like, this could also mean the inverse, like romanticizing something and then before getting to really know the premises, the connection point, and then getting that, like, speared in, rather than, like, which came first, the chicken or the egg kind of deal with this. And so Spirit's saying to be wary of that because there's this bullshit out there, so Spirit is saying keep it in the gate. Right now, keep your shit in the gate. You see the flowers right there? That reminds me of the Transparent Tarot by Emily Carding. I think that's who it is. Anyway, she Yeah. The Empress is a field with those, like, with that kind of flower too. So, Spirit's just saying, like, keep it on the inside. Like, we can peek on the outskirts, like, who's coming to our gate, and it's fine to be aware. And in fact, sometimes it's okay to, like, converse, but to allow others in to that gate, it's a fuck no. That's what they said. Hell nah. Like, this is coming in for the second time today. Most definitely in the same, standing. Yeah. Birdo's saying that. There's something about my sacral chakra. What's the deal? But I did a private reading for myself, and it's saying that part of the reason why, like, there's solid reason why I can't TMI anything, but what is this? The Star in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Queen of Cups. So this is being a better mother to myself, and intuitively I know this because, a star is being born. With that comes in a lot of energy, a lot of territory, a lot of exposure. So, being that, like, I just have to be a greatest mother possible to myself with what I know. This is comprehensive to what is learned from all of the matriarchs within all realms that I've experienced. So this is not just my mother, but also, like, my mother-in-law, and also my grandmothers from both my father's and mother's side. This is also so this is laying a smackdown basically, because of all of the energy that's involved in a star being born. Some of you guys might be, like, from New York or East Coast, for me to have that, like, long drawn out type of, like, Boston accent coming in. So most definitely. So again, that's like, that star is also hit, like, within that sacral chakra, sacral and solar plexus chakra. That's interesting. I think this is the first time I got the star card in this deck. Let alone the Queen of Pentacles. I've gotten the Queen of Cups before. So, there's also something very Egyptian about this. Definitely. So, yeah, intuitively I know this. Yeah, there's definitely Egyptian reference to this, especially when you see that lotus flower or that flower in the middle of her crown chakra, or I mean third eye. Her hair, the way it's done, yeah. And something druid, like, ethereal about this. So kind of like Celtic, but also like Grecian. There's something about that here. Okay. All right. So there's, like, a combination of, like, past life influences. All right. Oh, you know what? Okay. I remember where the snag was, especially when the lady started talking to me about the talents of certain individuals in that shop. And she told me that one of them is a reader, Reiki healer, massage therapist, etc., whatever. And they call him, like, the best, like, headache reliever kind of thing, because he's that good. Like, he's known for that certain thing. And so she was just like full blown, like in love with that. In fact, when he came through, he snuck up behind her and like gave her a big hug. And I just acknowledged, like, oh, she brought her boyfriend along, or something affiliated with her boyfriend, just hanging out. And so I put that to the greatest, likelihood, given their proximity and fondness of each other. And then, so when we were at the, like, register, she was telling me all those things, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Well, it must be the crystals. But before I came here, I had this lingering headache, and it just kept like going and going. And before I stepped into the shop, like I didn't think about it or whatever. Maybe it's the crystals, but now that I think of it, like, it's gone. So it must be the crystals. And she said, yeah, or maybe you just needed to be in a place less heavy, and like in energy less dense. But it was very condescending the way it was done, and it wasn't like, it was very subtly condescending, but you could tell it was like a kind of thing. And that's how I know. That's how I know she's territorial over her dude. The fact that the lingering fact that he could possibly have like worked on me at all or sent me any good energy was like, oh no, he didn't, kind of thing. Or no, oh no, she's not gonna, that kind of thing. So we have that element here wherever we go. And it wasn't, I was definitely not flirting with the dude. They already situated their place, like where everybody stood. But you could tell that's when we hit a little snag there. And like, do you see what I'm wearing? Like, what am I wearing? What am I? I'm not even crazy. It's crazy. So, it's just knowing that we've got a lot of protection, a lot of talent behind us, and people, there are people that just don't want to acknowledge that. So, those are people that we leave at the door, and, maybe I won't do a call back to see what the whole event is about, but definitely Spirit is saying, like, shut those gates. Like, instead of telling people to shut the fuck up with their energy, we're going to shut those gates. You know your place. It's out of here. So, that's what's going on. And Spirit says, like, don't be afraid to be bold and state that. I mean, the last message was being in bold font. Make it clear. Make it obvious. If we're going to paint a sign before this gate, we're going to make sure that we, like, go over it, multiple times so that it's visible and clear. Anything else, angels? Bestie. 6 of discs pronounced. So there's going to be a lot of return coming in. This is reciprocation. Anything that we put out there is due to return its likeness. And I forgot to tell you that there have been like a lot of like random acts of kindness type of situations where I remember like getting some boba. Okay. I was like, oh, I have this line. I was like, I'll just drive by it. And if there's nobody there, then I'll get it. But if not, like, I've already let go of it. Guess what? There is like only one person in line. Do you understand how lucky that is? And then, another day I was just getting hungry and I had to go and grab something. And I was like, I would really like a chai. I would really like a chai latte that's well done and not bullshit. Should I just do it? I don't know. Maybe, like, to spend another, like, $4 or $5, like, on a daily. Like, I'm okay with it. If you think that I'm doing too much, like, doing the most, if I'm being, like, too bougie about my worth and all of that, doing this regularly, just let me know, angels. It's fine, I'm okay with it. Let's just, like, not do it. It's fine. And then so, Nine of Swords in reverse. They're saying, like, don't sweat it. Yeah, they said don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. So that's basically what I'm trying to tell you, but it's hard. Because, like, let me just preface it. Okay, when I first started, this was, like, late 2019. And, I remember sitting down with my friend and I was at a place where it was like shaking, right? Trying to tell her certain things. I even like was in a rush to see her. Like things were like so like I would not take showers for days at a time. And like I went rushing to see her. Like I smelled like my like BO, like sweat, you know. And like I didn't realize at the time, like things were just so but like it was I remember telling her that I at certain points in my life, like a lot of the times I just it was the same kind of thing. Like I didn't know if I was even worth a cup of coffee. And because maybe I just wasn't doing enough, or like, you know, to be unemployed and trying to pursue certain things and taking some time off because of like the turbulence at home. And that maybe taking that even into context was just irrelevant, and that the smart thing to do would just be restricting myself from any other luxuries, regardless of how much bullshit I was dealing with. So I always had to question whether or not I was worth even that. And I'm just tired of living like that. Like, even while I was working, there were still questions, you know, about my worthiness. So, yeah, so fast forwarding to today, or, you know, this past, like, few days, you know, I just kind of let it go. I'm like, you know, well, I'm getting something to eat, and I need to be kind of balanced and, you know, smart about my spending habits relative to the context of my situation. And they said, you know, it's fine to do that because energetically speaking, to be away from his bullshit, like I don't have to avoid it 24/7, but when it comes to like even making a meal or whatever it is, I don't need to have his lingering energy impeding like the subtleties and the implications and everything. Like it's not worth that. So I just kind of let go of the coffee. And then like I was at the register and I said, okay, I'll just have this, you know. And they said, do you want to use, you know, your rewards thing for this? Like it could be used on any drink. And I was like, does it have to be used on a soda? And they said, no, any drink. So I looked at their like latte list and I'm like, oh, can I do it on that, on the chai? And she said, yeah. So I got the drink for 99 cents. But like still, you know, like all of those things, like okay. So like I was just so happy about it. And I was like, oh, thank you, angels. But, certain things like that, like, I didn't know until I actually got there. But I'm gonna get over myself because, it's just kind of embarrassing. More so, it's just like, I'm just, it's just nice that, like, I have support that just, it tells me, like, it's okay. You don't need to stress out about these things. And regardless of what that looks on the outside, then, don't worry about it. Like, don't. It's okay. So the Fool card is in reverse again. And, excuse me, hold on. So it's just saying that, it's reiterating from earlier today, that there's some, transitions to go through. Like, just to chill. It's okay. Because when we got that star card, it's, also saying that, sorry, I just kind of forgot, what was it? Oh, it's like, like, when I'm telling you these things, like, when I'm sharing these things, it's, like, there's a sadness where it's like, yay, I do have, support, like, angels are, helping relieve certain things, certain aspects of my life. And then there's this other part where I share it with you, and it's, I don't know if I feel sorry for myself, but, like, it makes me feel kind of embarrassed, like, but I don't really feel that for myself, but sometimes I just, like, what that looks like on the outside, and it makes me feel, like, so poor, which is, I don't know if that makes me sad, like, just saying it like that, because, like, I how do I say it? That I have to question my worth to the level of a cup of coffee and be really excited about, like, a 99 cents cup of chai latte. And especially when I came from a job that, like, just offered them, like, freely, however many times a day, and, everything, like, all of these other things. And I feel like I got paid decently if I wasn't, at the level of spirituality or anything of that sort. But knowing my worth now, I know that they underpaid me for how much they took from me. Multiple people took from me. So, like, just knowing that before becoming a star, like, magnified that before getting to that point, it's the acknowledgement, understanding, like, in full realm my past experiences, and to be enticed into energy that just seems like everything is, like, almost too good to be true, being enticed by the luxuries of this and that. Like, I had so much opportunity at that place to, like, fuck around, like, seriously, to get my way, to really, like, I could have easily ladder climbed. Like, I was already at the top when it came to energetic dynamics. Like, I was already acknowledged by the cream of the crop there. I was. Like, there were externals that came in to kind of feel out the energy too while I was there. I know for a fact. And, like I am, I know for a fact that if I had agreed to like caving in and fucking around for real, that on multiple levels, I would have gotten like a lot. A lot. But like working with those that work like dirty, they will only give you like bare minimum to what they think, you know, would suffice. So it was good that I stepped out of there, but like Spirit wants me to remember, like cement that within my journey, that they're going to allow for certain things. Like they're going to allow me, you know, to have like these little, you know, surprises. So I don't feel so cornered, you know, going through things. And so, yeah, I think that's what it is. So I just wanted to put that out there. But, I don't know. I think it's worthy to acknowledge and appreciate, and I'm happy for that. So, yeah, self-love here. Intuitively knowing how much to give back to myself, like how much to retain, really. Like when working with a lawyer, there are retainer fees, right? So there's a certain amount that you need to have, like a deposit that needs to be maintained, like the whole way through. So Spirit is like asking me, you know, like, you know, there's going to be a lot of give and exchange, but since it hasn't started yet and these 3 cards prefixed it, it's saying that, like, Tina, what's your retainer fee? You know, definitely, because you intuitively know it. Like, you can feel it out. That's Cancer, the sign, zodiacal sign of Cancer, right? Yeah, it's building upon that. These are, not just pearls, but like that's water, you know, an element also of water. So that's like feeling out the 3 of Cups in there, like celebrating yourself. First off, they're the same colors as her eyes, so it's a balanced perspective of the give and take right there. Goodness. All right. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you want to convey with regards to this? So that was just wonderful. And the same thing happened again today with my boba. I was like, I just want to see. Like, I don't know if my headache is because, like, I haven't had caffeine today. I don't know what, but can I just, like, try it? Maybe, like, it's okay. Like, just let me get more nauseous before I get there, if that's the case. And that's how I know, like, not to do it. But if the line is free, then, you know, 10% battery, no. But, like, if the line is, you know, decent, I mean, if the, what do you call it? If the parking is decent to find, then let's go ahead and just do it. But otherwise, you know, it's okay. I can move on with my life. Just give me a second. I need to find out where to put this stuff. Okay. So anyway, that's a bit about getting resituated here. Kind of interesting. No, that's not gonna work. Kuan Yin, I need your help. There you go. Oh. Okay, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this? Come on. Okay, let's see if this works. That won't work. Okay, let me just try this now. What other remedy is there? Haha. This shall work. I like it. Excuse me, coming right through. I'm excited I get to create. we get to create. Yay. Okay, so excuse me. Being a dork. We're gonna get this straight. How about the orange peel? Would orange peel work for you? Would this work for you? Almost. Can you dig it? What are we gonna do here? Let's use these scissors. See if that does it. Oopsie. Let's creatively resolve this thing. Come on. That's not doing it. I don't know, man. What are we gonna do? Okay. First off, we literally had to use the keys. How funny that is. The key. Okay. Alrighty. Is there anything else? Self-care. Gotta do self-care. That's what they want. Okay. That's what you want from the universe, more self-care? Then I'll do it. Okay. The Magician came in reverse again. The Lovers in reverse. Emperor in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune. The Hangman in reverse. And the Page of Swords. Interesting. We also got the Magician again in reverse. The Lovers card in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse again. I try to separate the cards. I promise you I do. And then they come in together. Same thing as earlier today. Okay. Okay. So, the wonderful thing about this, the new part of it, I think we also got the Wheel of Fortune, an upgrade again, but, and the Page of Swords. Gosh, out of this lineup, shoot, what? We have 5 of the same cards again. What? That's okay, but the wonderful thing about this, okay, is we're elevating so quickly. The Ascension path is amazing. I don't even know what to tell you, because the Hangman next to the Page of Swords, in truth seeking, we're finding. This is the Finder's card. This is enlightenment. This is awareness. Most definitely. And again, this is a reminder of that dragonfly I told you about. You know, you can see it in my earlier Instagram posts. Most definitely. It's that awareness, that connection point. And it's helping steer the course. Like, Spirit is on the other side, you know, watching this. Do you see that? Watching that happen. You know, Spirit's on the other side, like, trying to stay quiet. Like, Spirit is also trying to, like, be chill. It's funny. But Spirit is so happy. Do you see that? See, Spirit is, like, back in the underworld again, like, just watching out for us, because there's a lot of, like, imbalance and people who, like, don't have their heart chakra in the right place. Like, they're definitely not working within the heart chakra. These are magicians that use their power for, like, ill purposes. So Spirit is in the backdrop, like, in the underworld, handling that shit, holding it down. And so we're just, like, we're doing good. The Spirit's saying this is, like, doing good. But remember to keep those gates closed right now. We're not letting anybody in. Nobody in the inner circle. Like, we're not even, like, we're still building a team. Okay? So we're, like, so far, when it comes down to it, nobody is on that inner circle just yet. Like, people got to prove themselves, because we're at that level where we've delivered that energy to the universes. Like, people, and it's not to say that those who have applied or whatnot have indicated interest hasn't done that on their part. But the fact is that when we converse in energies, it's a little different, the dynamic may not speak to the same language. So to see what it's just going to take some time. Like, people are going to have to see, like they're saying, Tina, see how, like, you intuitively know and can feel out the premises. You know who has bullshit energy when it comes down to the one-on-one with you. So you, like, a lot of people can fulfill, there's a lot that can fulfill the roles. And it's not to treat people disposable, but if people prove themselves to be disposable with their shitty ways of bullshitting you one-on-one, you don't need that's the baseline, Don't let people disrespect you. Don't let others disrespect your space, your energy, or that of, your families. When they trespass, you can forgive them, but move on. Don't let them in. That's it. Even if you have to create a waiting list. Tina, do you know how long you have waited to progress to get to the level that you are at? Like, do you know how much work you put in? You think you want to jeopardize that for these bullshitters? No. Like, give yourself some credit. If a waiting list needs to be put together, then so be it. You want people who really want to be there. And congruently, be there for you. So, that's what we're talking about. Most definitely. Anything else? Spirit? Yeah, Spirit's trying to stay low. Like, yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, anything else before we move to the bananagrams? 7 of Wands. Yes, holding the upper ground. Yeah, like I can sniff it in the air. I can see it at a long range. I can see it. There's, that's it. Same. 2 of Swords, and then what came through here, 9 of Wands. Yeah, so they're saying, like, it's unblocked for me, but still hold your ground and put up your guard, because put up your guard before you have to put up your dukes. Is that what they're saying? That is what they are saying. Holy smokes. Yeah, put up your dukes. Yeah, so stand your ground and just know that it's so worthy of protecting. If you open the doors, like, people are going to see that, like, people are going to gate crash, is what Spirit is saying. So, be firm about where you stand and how you could easily not just dismiss people, but Spirit's saying legitimately, you don't have to put up with anybody's bullshit. You don't have to. We're definitely not going to welcome that in. And so there's a cleaning out of sorts. Yeah. What flipped out? Yeah. Page of Swords. It hit the Hangman in reverse. Like, my sleeve caught on it, and it, like, kind of closed book. So it's saying, like, yeah, holy smokes, it, like, caught on there. And it's like, it's a closed book, definitely. Thank you, Bestie from Beyond. They wanted me to show that. Like, it's a closed case. In searching for the truth, we already know. We already know. For this card, it's seen with a heart chakra. Like, we feel it. We know it. We sense it. So, here, it's funny because, 7 of Wands, there's no fangs showing, but you can tell a wolf can, tear things apart easily. And they'll scout you out. 9 of Wands, the fangs come out, for sure. Yeah, like I'll earn. I've earned my stripes, but I'll show you what's up. Like there's more stripes to be earned. So if you want me to show up, I'll show up. Yeah, most definitely. Okay, bottom of the deck. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. What comes underneath that? Judgment in reverse. And what's showing underneath that? Four of Wands. So, judgment is coming. It's like the phoenix in rising. That there's foundations being set for a new home. Like, what do you call it? Self-actualization and process. And this is super, super duper, duper, super duper abundant. For sure. Because what's no secret? Oh, I had to pull up too. Page of Wands in reverse and Nine of Cups in reverse. So I haven't started anything yet because I gotta appreciate like what's going on in the here and now. The purpose of this journey is also to include this phase. So it is no secret. Yeah. That I have to finish what I started with a bunch of, other projects. Okay, I can do that. But be content with, the output, and don't think that it's taking too long. Like there's, just do what you can in the moment. And that's the most important thing is trying not to rush this experience. When you rush experience, you're taking on too much. And that's futile. Okay. All right. Here we go. What have we got? What have we got? Okay. F and O. R. S. Okay, let's just drop them. I, W, O, D, K, T, A, A, I, V, V, Z, M, O, W, N, T. I have not, work. It's kind of spread out here, but Word, W-R-D. Or words. I think we need to choose our words carefully in this because our magic is very potent at this time. So, yeah, most definitely. They keep telling me that. And I know how important that is because, yeah, I just know. I see cat here. Someone's name, K-A-T. Oh my god, no, yeah. I also see the full extent of that name, Katrina. I see widow. Oh my gosh. That's sad. If those two have relative meaning to each other because it is consecutive, I don't know her husband, but I believe she would be very saddened. Whoa. They're both very young. Okay. Wow. So Spirit says that I need to maintain a certain aloofness from certain parties, and I can't go with immediacy of my feelings. So there's something I have to be like stand apart, because I don't know if that's tied to karma or if it's something that is a life event that is due to be honored, and that's going to happen regardless, I believe. But I have to stand apart from it. But I have to acknowledge that it's, it's embedded here. SAID, so said. If that applies, she's pretty tripped out for me reading that. Oh my gosh, I see DOA. I saw DOI, but like it didn't like click, and I knew that there was an acronym. So DOA is dead on arrival. And then I have DIAS, so dias, or DIOS, so days, or like adios. Oh my gosh, goodbye. I have the Roman numeral 5 here, so it could be 5 days, 5 months, or 5 years. The fact that number 5, like the V, fell on the Wheel of Fortune, and then those letters of dias and adios, oh my gosh, I'm not, like, fell on the 2 of Swords in reverse. I think, okay, so Swords energy depicts, okay, so give me a second here. This is insane. I don't know what to think. Like looking at this, I looked at the Swords energy. Let me just show you, okay? So you don't like think I'm like tripping and like doing like. But look, so there's 5 there, okay? Then we have adios, there. And then you see all of the letters here, right? So the 5, okay, fell on the Wheel of Fortune, okay? But then the 2 of Swords is in reverse. It's like kind of unblocked, okay? Swords energy for timing depicts weeks, okay, from what I learned, I guess, on TikTok. But before that, I was going intuitively, which was also correct, because how do you judge the major arcana with also the essence of timing? But like there's a range here, and if you're looking at that, like that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks, something is going to be diagnosed, I feel like, so they're going to have to start saying goodbye. 5 is on the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune here, okay, let's look at this, okay? Looking at this, okay. So there's the Moon card in the background, full moon. This is a manifestation and it is definite to come. Now 5 it's kind of tilted like off to the side. So there's something though that's like prophesized. And I don't know if it's changeable. But there's something there. 5. Okay. So she's on the sea, so it's water, it's cup energy. So this is a body here where we usually don't see anyone like really steering. So that's wand energy. Okay. So wand energy is days. Cups energy is what did we say? Months. So something in the next 5 days, okay? Because it fell on the body, okay? Something that is going to be an indicator in the next 5 days, okay, of when this is received, okay? And then probably has to go into the doctor or something like that in the next 2 weeks, like for the diagnosis. It's going to take 2 weeks for the diagnosis. And then 5 months, being that, we kind of cross the wands off of the list and we're heading into cup energy. 5 wands is when it happens. Yeah, I'm seeing raw underneath here, underneath cat. So that's the raw truth. That's like the baseline here. And there's another V underneath that. Oh my goodness. That's the truth. I'm going to show you again because it's, if I'm being shown this, then there's a reason. So you see, we see raw, and then I was wondering why there are 2 W's. Like, that's kind of strange, and 2 V's at the same time. I'm also seeing Cat Von D. I don't know why I'm seeing Cat Von D, but definitely. So just seeing that on the baseline beneath the raw, like that's a new journey, Oz. And then there's defiance, like not like this is like they're they kind of want to deny the truth, like I think she doesn't want to see that happen. Like that would turn her world upside down for sure. I mean, that's what I'm being told. But the need is to connect the dots. This is important. And to understand what you reap, what you sow. And I see a Fiona as well, the name, and Dior, and yeah. I mean, I'm being shown these things for a reason, so I shouldn't be, hiding any of it. Yeah. Okay, let's go with words. Words are very important. So when you work in an environment that has a lot of energetic play, when you engage in gossip, that also you're investing in that bullshit energy, for sure. Like it carries far, and depending on who you speak ill of and how much of it, that's what you've invested in. Like you have to examine your intent behind all of that. What else is here? I have vitamins. Okay. VITAMINS. You know what song? I can also put vitamin D, which is, excuse me, Queen Herbie. I really feel like that. So it's important to, like, words are also like what you feed into the universe. So it can be like, junk food, like fodder to feed on of that isn't good for it, or you could speak well, have good intentions in mind when you manifest your, like, let your thoughts come into fruition on that level, on that very base level, because we're in a new world now, and you have to be able to understand, like, move along with that. Otherwise, you see the conditions of otherwise. So you can add to its growth or not. What's Ozark? Give me a second. I need to look this. Yeah, Ozark is a series of hills or mountains. So we're looking at challenges to get through. I feel like since I had to go as far as look that up, I also see Torah to stand. Yeah, because we're finding purpose for the Z and the K. To stay close to your belief systems, like when it comes to sometimes you have to make modifications, Ozark. Like the people that wrote these things, I'm sure that they also hit ethical standards on how to present the information, and they had to, acclimate certain features of it for it to be heard and understood. So I feel like that's important, especially when facing, because we're sharing the same R in words, and I got Torah, but I'd have to move some stuff around, but I know Ozark is important. So the spirit of the Torah is here, and that's really what they're saying, that we don't need to disassemble anything, that when we see it, and it's a call out, especially during words and Ozark crossing paths, that there, it's the spirit behind it. So there are certain modifications needed within that system. Okay, is there anything else? I have 5 more letters to integrate here. So wow. Wow. It's sharing the W in words. So we can really create a magnifying that have that wow effect when it comes to what we manifest, what we choose. Like we have the power to do that. Why not exercise that? So it's a reminder of that. Let me see, is there anything else? I have F, V, and T left. Oh, NFT. Okay, so that's like special artwork that's done it's a rarity because it's like a one and only type of piece that we create. And it's it's sharing the N in vitamins. So NFT, definitely. It's a piece of it's what we our special page or special feature in the Akashic records. That's what it's saying. Oh, that's insane. I love it. Okay. So do we want the Lovers or the Home card in upright? I think we have that here. So IV, and that's Roman numerals 4. When we look at 4, it's the Emperor. But what I was imagining here was just a repeat in here, the 4 of Wands that was in reversal. So we want to turn that back upright. It's self-actualization, the ability to do that once we put out our best into the universe, and it creates, let me show you. It's so cool. So when we put out our best in the universe, we get self-actualization. We have Spirit's immediate support during, throughout, after the fact, etc. That when we are mindful of our words, we not only create a wow effect, but the universe sees it and feels it. They're immediately affected by it. So we have we're